वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम गाइस। स्वागत है दोस्तों आप सभी का आज की ब्रांड न्यू लाइव स्ट्रीम पे। क्या हाल चाल है सभी के? आई होप सब लोग बढ़िया होंगे एंड फुल बूम मचा रहे होंगे। तो कंटिन्यू करते हैं हमारी स्टोरी को, जहाँ हमने छोड़ा था सुमेरु में। काफ़ी अच्छी स्टोरी थी। इल्यूजन और लाइस के ऊपर काफ़ी अच्छी चीज़ बताई गई थी और काफ़ी दिमाग घुमा देने वाली भी स्टोरी थी। तो कल काफ़ी मज़ा आया। और अभी लाइट थोड़ी सी दिक्कत कर रही है गाइस, तो बीच में हो सकता है कि स्ट्रीम बंद हो जाए, क्योंकि अभी मैंने स्टार्ट किया था, थोड़ा जल्दी काम हो गया था मेरे को, कोई ऐसा काम था नहीं ज़्यादा। तो मैंने सोचा जल्दी कर लूँ स्ट्रीम थोड़ा सा, मगर वही है कि कुछ ना कुछ इश्यूज आ ही जाते हैं। तो 2 बार जा चुकी है गाइस लाइट, अभी तक नहीं जानी चाहिए थी। अभी कोई ऐसा मौसम भी बिगड़ नहीं रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा, तब भी पता नहीं क्यों जाना था, बस चली गई। ठीक है, पर हम देखते हैं कितना कंटिन्यू कर पाते हैं स्टोरी को। अगर बीच में गई लाइट तो फिर स्ट्रीम बंद हो जाएगी, बाकी देखते हैं।
There's no need to exchange pleasantries.
कंटिन्यू करते हैं हमारी स्टोरी को। लास्ट टाइम हम सुमेरु सिटी में थे। हमने काफ़ी चीज़ें रिपीट की उसमें स्टोरी में, तो हमें पता चला कि ये एक इल्यूजन है। अब हमें एक मिनट में देख लेता हूँ पहले। ये भी करना है हमें, वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट। इसमें काफ़ी प्रीमो मिल रहे हैं यार। 40 20 40 40। चलो, ये भी करना है। और यहाँ से शुरुआत करते हैं, एक्ट 3 से। ये पूरा कंप्लीट चैप्टर, इसका चैप्टर 3 एक्ट 3 कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, उसके बाद हम स्टोरी क्वेस्ट करना चालू करेंगे। ये वाले करने हैं हमें। चलो।
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
अरे यहाँ पे उड़ के क्यों जा रहा हूँ मैं? पोर्टल्स तो खोल दिए ना मैंने। और हाँ, रात में हमने स्ट्रीम जो की थी उसमें वॉन्डर को भी हमने अपग्रेड कर दिया है, थोड़ा सा लेवल अप कर दिया है। 70 का हो गया है वॉन्डर।
And Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think.
वैसे तो हमने कमीशन ऐसे भी नहीं किए, कमीशन मिशन
Oh,
स्टोरी के अंदर मिशन है।
how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
The film embarrassing, just imagine it.
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
Isn't it just asking for a beating?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
ठीक है।
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
You're not actually Catherine, are you?
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, So it's Nahida. I just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abysosk? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
So the Akasha can't take away the dreams of God.
It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy.
भाई ये तो किसी इंडियन मतलब सॉन्ग्स की तरह है, जहाँ पे मतलब म्यूजिक वीडियो की तरह है बॉलीवुड में.
I also got to
वैसे ही
sit
कुछ
on a
लग रहा है.
gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
ड्रीम्स एम्प्टीनेस नया क्वेस्ट स्टार्ट हो चुका है, मतलब अभी ये स्टार्ट हुआ है. ठीक है.
Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Possess a key figure in the academia. Possess a student and infiltrate the sages' quarters. We could grab someone close to the sages and question them.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages. I've already tried that, but all the key members of the Academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet. But this trusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Possess a student. Okay.
No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
इसलिए वो वाला ऑप्शन नहीं चूज कर रहा था मैं.
That's a good point.
ठीक है.
Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
I can't think of anything else.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already. According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal. Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria? Setaria? Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Setaria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries. The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better but in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
This is no longer just a metaphor.
From the sound of it, Setaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Sounds exactly like the person we need.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the Academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Gather information was instructed by Nahida.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria? No, I already have enough information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics. Talking style and key characteristics?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
ये छोटी बच्ची है भाई, fortune teller है.
Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Yo bro, namaskar. अरे नियॉन विक्की भाई, वेलकम वेलकम. नमस्कार, नमस्कारम.
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Regarding our future, can we get fortune reading? Oh.
Of course, of course. In that case.
Eh?
It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Veg. The melons. Yes.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
God of Electro.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Divine my prospect in health.
Health prospects. No problem at all. The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed.
The truth. ठीक है भाई.
Your life shall continue on for many tens of thousands of years. Impossible.
मैं काम खत्म करके आता. Okay bro.
Harut,
Okay.
Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
हैं ये दोनों बताती हैं, दोनों बिल्लियाँ बताती हैं फॉर्च्यून. क्या बात कर रहे हो?
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Okay, तो मैं खाना लेके आना पड़ेगा इनके लिए. Gather info as instructed by. अच्छा अभी भी यही बता रहे हैं. यहाँ पर है शॉप. यहाँ पर भी आती है वो.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Sataria favorite stall.
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some pottery?
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him.
बहुत लंबी कहानी है भाई, मुझे लग रहा है.
After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
पोर्ट ऑर्मोस, अच्छा जा चुके हैं हम यहाँ पे तो.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
अभी भी
follow
और
me.
इन्फॉर्मेशन निकालनी है हमें.
This should be
का
our
काम कर
final
रहे हैं भाई.
stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
ऐसा लग रहा है हिटमैन विटमैन हूँ मैं कुछ. बैक. यस नियॉन बाय.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
You are really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samira's citizens after all.
मेरी आईडी में खेलना चाहोगे? आपकी आईडी में कैसे क्या कैसे खेलने हैं भाई, क्या बताओ. मेरे को कोई आइडिया नहीं है कैसे खेलते हैं. मतलब ये तो स्टोरी चल रही है ना. इट्स माय ड्यूटी, इट्स मेरे रीजंस. यस.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
शिप बिल्डिंग.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering.
लॉग इन करके दैट्स इजी, बट तो मुझे पता है लॉग इन करके, पर क्यों? मतलब स्टोरी तो चल रही है यार, यहाँ से मेरी कंटिन्यू स्टोरी जहाँ से चल रही है. स्टोरी में कैसे सेम स्टोरी चल रही है क्या आपकी भी? क्या लिखा है? आई ऑलवेज बीन रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन feats of marine engineer.
After all,
engineering.
I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent.
कमीशन कर दो भाई, मैं बिल्कुल कर देता यार. स्टोरी अभी का क्या है सीन? स्टोरी का दिन का स्टोरी का रहता है, रात में हम लोग वो करते हैं चीज़ें, मतलब कलेक्ट करते हैं. तो अब मैं कर दूंगा भाई, मेरे को कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. खेलते उसी चीज़ के लिए, मतलब कलेक्ट करने के लिए चीज़ें, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. अगर रात को टाइम मिले तो भी आ जाना. रात की स्ट्रीम पर हम लोग सब मिलके वो करते हैं. जो भी आपका रहेगा वो हम करवा देंगे, नहीं तो ऐसा तो कोई दिक्कत वाली बात ही नहीं है ना. मगर यार ऐसे वो करके खाली कमीशन करके लॉग आउट कर देना, कमीशन में इतना टाइम नहीं लगता भाई. 5-10 मिनट लगेंगे यार, इतना टाइम तो आप निकाल ही लोगे यार. आ जाना हमारे साथ, कर लेना, हम साथ में करवा देंगे. 5 मिनट भी नहीं लगेंगे. मेरे को लॉगिन करने की क्या ही ज़रूरत पड़ेगी यार, मेरे को क्यों देना है आईडी, ये बताओ. आ जाना. आफ्टर ऑल ग्रू अप in Liu Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. अच्छा इसका भी वो काम है एक क्या बोलते हैं लियो में हमने किया था ये वो शिप काउंट करने वाला तो वो भी लड़की आते जाते देखती थी शिप्स को. आई केम टू वही है क्या ये केम टू सुमेरू टू स्टडी बट फेल्ड to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent.
But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
ओके आ जाऊंगा ये हुई ना बात मिलके करते हैं फटाफट हो जाएगा.
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
वैसे जब स्टोरी ये सारी एंड हो जाएगी ना तो हम यही काम करेंगे फिर एक दूसरे की हेल्प करना और स्टोरी में जैसे कि अगर किसी को कहीं कुछ चीज़ में अटक गया कोई या फिर किसी को कुछ नहीं पता तो वैसे भी मेरे से ज़्यादा नॉलेज तो आप लोगों को है ना. तो सब लोग जितना हो सकेगा एक दूसरे की हेल्प कर देंगे. जेंशन जो लोग खेलते हैं है ना जो लोग खेलना चाहते हैं और जो लोग चाहते हैं कि चीज़ें उसमें मतलब कुछ नई नई चीज़ें सीखें तो वो तो हम कर ही सकते हैं साथ में मिलके. कोई दिक्कत वाली बात ही नहीं है और मज़े भी करेंगे साथ में और क्या. डिस्कॉर्ड ज्वाइन करके सब लोग कन्वर्सेशन से मतलब टेक्स्ट से ज़्यादा मेरे को वो लगता है सही कि आप डिस्कॉर्ड पे आओ बातचीत करो तो वो उसमें ज़्यादा सही रहता है.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
हाँ गई अब ये ऊपर ही तो है इतनी जगह है इतनी सी वहीं के वहीं दे देते हैं
Was
भाई.
that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
If King Dasher were to criticize Sataria actions. कौन है ये
So,
लड़की?
how do we set that up?
Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be weary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
अच्छा भाई ये काम भी हमें दे दी, खुद का प्लान है, ये हमें दे रही है काम. वाह, सही है, हम ही तो
That's
करेंगे.
no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
बात तो सही है.
That is pretty convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
All right.
If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
चलो भाई. आफ्टरनून टाइम चेक कर देते हैं. कितना बोला था, 1 मिनट. 12, 18. Okay. ये who is most strongest fighter, ये बार बार आ रहा है, इसको करूँगा मैं इसके बाद. अरे अभी भी बता रहे हैं. As long time samsara and many things cannot be as certain until Naida gets back in form. Today you go to the Adventure Guild as usual.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries.
पर ये
It's rather
afternoon नहीं हुई
pathetic
क्या?
to force a conversation just to occupy
Okay.
silence.
थोड़ा सा और
Too
टाइम
slow.
मतलब. आ क्यों नहीं रही है?
Don't you think my craftsmanship deserves a higher price?
Quit following me.
वापस से करूँ क्या मेरे को? मैं भी अगले दिन का बोला हूँ, हो सकता है.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world.
अब आ
Even
गया
the
ना.
wind cannot blow on forever.
Here she comes. Satori is here! Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's starting to feel kinda nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Spying on them. Chest के अंदर आ गई हूँ।
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook. Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
ये क्या हुआ? इसके अंदर आ गई क्या ये?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there. Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Harut and Marut. ये था ना? Tamru. ये था
Ah,
भाई, second
that's
one.
right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
गलत नाम ले देता ना मैं.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
गलत ही choose करना चाहिए था.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
Diamond Peak ले रही है.
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth.
God has spoken.
The gods are asking. Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sataria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
King's resurrection is a misinformation campaign.
What insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Wait!
अरे उसको पता था क्या यहाँ पे कोई है?
just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too.
Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss. To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. In any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria.
She's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
Before I have to enter the... Sure. वेट करना है यहाँ पे इसका.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
The gardening work.
Gardening? But don't you hate everything to do with plants? I still remember getting mad at you for secretly throwing away the bonsai that I gave you as a present.
You see, a friend told me that the secret to self-improvement is to work on things you're not so good at.
Fair enough. I didn't think that was something you would consider. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
He's feeling a lot better and he's working on it.
Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean... you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this!
If I knew it, I really started getting into the role.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
इसका माइंड डाइवर्ट कर रहे हैं क्या ये लोग उसकी तरफ करना क्या चाह रहे हैं और
Sataria's already started talking with
ये भाई नीचे गिर जाते हैं
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
I've been spending all my time studying in the basement.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well!
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who worked side by side with the academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects.
Please, please stop!
इमोशनली डैमेज कर दिया भाई इसको तो.
Even now, Satari is still trying to run from her problems.
ले पुश शॉट.
She can no longer justify everything to herself.
Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards. What should we do?
This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matcha right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Zetaria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price. You must face the truth, Zetaria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
अब भाई इसका दिमाग घूमा.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
अब घुमा भाई इसका दिमाग. सबने बोल दिया.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You should follow.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation. Please tell me, what can I do for you?
Wait, we finally convinced her.
How much do you know about the sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the massed dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zeru's festival. But I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
An outcast that even the sages are still very.
To fight against the Academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the God of Wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've managed to bring Sataria to our side!
The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise. Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch.
Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of Wisdom and Guardian of the Scholars? No. The truth is the true Guardian of Scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Tomorrow evening. क्या जी? फिर टाइम को सेट करना पड़ेगा हमें. कुछ और तो नहीं है कलेक्ट करने के लिए. अच्छा अगले दिन बोला था ना, नेक्स्ट डे को बोला था. तो यार ये मैं कभी कभी ध्यान से सुन नहीं पाता हूँ ना. अब ठीक है.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
वहाँ पर इसके ऊपर ही है.
The wind rises.
Catherine, we're here! Oh, that's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind.
Can't we just call her name Naira?
Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity. Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap. If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the Academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world. Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking.
I somehow doubt that.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard.
Speaking of which,
Off? What do you feel is off?
it's just a little too quiet around here.
It's the middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you? No, I think she's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though. Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace.
I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're...
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Go to the academy.
Quit following me.
कितनी दूर है भाई? पास में ही है. Unable to teleport now, please complete the. हाँ, अच्छा जी, तब चल के जाना पड़ेगा.
There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
Quit following me.
अब आ गए भाई टॉप पे. Story time.
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
You're the outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor. If you're looking for your researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
The people of Sumeru City. What have you done to them?
I simply made some minor adjustments to their Akasha terminals. Now they can deposit information directly into the subconscious. As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world.
Oh. वो तो है.
My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people.
Leave now. You need to get out of here.
But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here.
Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
अरे भाई सबका दिमाग उसने हैक कर लिया.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
समझ गया भाई. पहचान गया.
This should be far enough. Whew. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is the Hida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her.
She can jump between minds. Hopefully she'll find.
Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was #2. So scary. He called himself the Doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently.
ये डॉक्टर कोई खांसी जुकाम वाला डॉक्टर नहीं है भाई, तगड़ा ही मारेगा ये.
And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep, sounds like she must have been talking about the doctor.
खांसी जुकाम ठीक करने वाला डॉक्टर. समझ रही है उसको. You underestimate the scale of this problem.
Yeah, now that the doctor's in the picture, we're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui. But what are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis?
We need to find a way to reunite with Nahida.
Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right?
Let's start our own investigation.
You mean...
Let's go find...
Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Vidia forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
ये हुआ नहीं है ये एक्चुअली.
You think I've got a sharp tongue? I just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it...
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating ferry. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia?
Sounds like the doctor.
But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Local mercenaries might have an edge over the Fatui.
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough.
You're up, traveler!
Following orders.
Let's light it up!
Behold!
Squall and Fury!
Bow your head!
punching bag.
और आगे
Cool it. Off we go. The wind rises.
अरे
I'm used to this.
भाई तो तकड़े मार रहा है।
I'm going in.
तो तीर कमान को यहाँ से
This moment will be frozen in time.
अरे चेंज हो गया। ये गया और आगे क्या तो रेड की तरह गायब हो रहा है भाई
Behold.
You dare to gaze upon me?
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Tricks up your sleeve.
Boba, get them!
The wind rises. Behold.
गया
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like?
It probably won't be long before we see more them.
Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep our guards up.
More of them. Okay.
But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Kainari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
तगड़ा ही बंदा लग रहा है भाई दिमाग से बहुत सोच समझ के काम लेता है सामने वाला जो डॉक्टर है क्या सेटअप करके रखा था भाई इसको पता था कि हम यहाँ पे आएंगे सही है ये सर्टेन बर्ड फाइंड किनारी तो विलेज में ही था ना ये तो
Too slow.
ढूंढते हैं इसको मतलब सही है हाँ अरे ये नहीं आते क्या इससे पकड़ता हूँ उनको इन्हें नहीं पकड़ सकते हम
Quit following me.
इतने प्यारे कुत्ते थे यार इनको हम पाल नहीं सकते इसमें क्या बात है साथ में नहीं रख सकते यहाँ पे ये मतलब ये गांव वालों के हैं शायद
Our recent catch was great. We definitely have enough for a grand feast this time.
ठीक है इसको मैं पसंद आ गया हूँ शायद
Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. What are you two doing back here? Kale! It's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right? To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks.
As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale.
It seems that curing Ermin's soul is our only chance.
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him.
Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
Huh? He left? What? Isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though.
You don't give a reason.
No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Immorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale.
That is busy completing the quest. Okay. तो नया चैप्टर एक्ट 2 ये भी नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. ट्रू ट्रेजर अब ये करते हैं. चलो आर्कन क्वेस्ट अभी के लिए हो गए हैं हमारे लिए डिसेबल. अब ये करते हैं स्टोरी.
There's no such thing as pure free.
चलो
freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
क्या बता रहा है ये? वेट अंटिल नाइट. मॉन्स्टर चलते हैं पहले तो. वेट अंटिल नाइट. वेट क्यों करना है पर? ये लो हो गई रात. Primo James.
Too slow.
कहाँ पर? अच्छा
Quit following me.
बाहर है तो थोड़ा सा दूर है. सीक्रेट जगह पर है भाई काफी.
Shame I only get to listen in from the other side of the window and don't get to join in the debate. I'd love to give my 2 cents.
Say what? What's up? What's up? Paimon wants in.
Recently, all the customers at the tavern have been debating the exact same topic. Who is the strongest fighter in Mondstadt?
The strongest fighter?
मेरी बात हो रही है obviously भाई.
Must be someone who can floor a whole gang of hilly churls with just one punch.
There must be far more to it than that.
Wow. Then it really must be tough to become the strongest of all. But anyway, is there like a general agreement in the city on who it is, or?
Expecting people to come to a swift and straightforward consensus in the City of Freedom is like expecting fisherman's toast to drop out of the sky. Everyone's got their own opinion, backed up by a unique set of cherry-picked information. But let's be honest, that's what makes the discussion so impassioned and entertaining. Mainstream opinion is polarized, with most people supporting one of 2 candidates. One is the Dandelion Knight. The other is the Dark Knight Hero.
Amos, who are you voting for?
Ooh, Paimon votes for you. But
Are
let's go into the tavern and talk to the patrons. Maybe we'll pick up some juicy gossip.
Oh, I do envy your life of leisure. But don't mind me, of course. I guess I'll just get back to work.
तो क्या मैं fight वाइट करनी है कि नहीं? Full pressure. Act 1. Enter tavern.
Anything the knights can do
यही
for you?
है ना वो तो. Tavern. हमें fighting skill दिखानी है. Ask tavern platform about the strongest fighter in Monster. चलो अच्छे से बैठते हैं. इस तरफ ऑप्शन नहीं आएगा. इसकी बात करो.
What'll it be today?
Who's the strongest fighter?
The strongest fighter? I don't pay much attention to that sort of thing.
Huh. Paimon thought bartenders had some kind of special information sources.
Just like they have an exclusive supplier of wine.
Exactly! That's what Paimon was getting at!
भाई ठेके पे जाके पूछना पड़ रहा है कि कौन है स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट फाइटर. ये तो वैसे ही नशे में होंगे भाई. ये क्या बताएंगे मुझे?
I have no involvement in any intelligence gathering operation. But if you made me pick someone, it would be the Dark Knight Hero.
कहा था ये नशे में है.
I've heard some stories about him. Apparently, he once rescued a city dweller from the Abyss Order.
There it is! The barman's top secret intelligence! Speaking of the Abyss Order, their minions are really stirring up trouble all over the place, aren't they?
चलो किसी और से पूछते हैं.
Even if you are a close friend, what would you like?
Hi! Are you here to try Mondstadt's famous wine too?
Famous wine.
The strongest fighter of them all?
मगर ये सच तो बोलो.
That would be Gene, obviously.
अरे भाई सही बताओ यार.
Why? Grandmaster Jean is so strong. She can take out a ruin guard with just a few slashes of her sword. And she could wipe out the 3 hilly churl tribes at Dada Upa Gorge all by herself. Otherwise, we wouldn't have such a carefree existence with nothing to do.
It's true that Jean makes people feel they're in safe hands. Meanwhile, this guy is drunk as a skunk.
दो से पूछ लिया. यहाँ पर भी ये नशे में होगा. नशे में कौन है?
Hey, amigo. Do you want to hear my latest composition?
I put my whole heart into it, and also my soul. How about...
Who is the strongest fighter in Mondstadt?
Huh? The most macho in Mondstadt.
Macho.
She's a little girlie who wears red.
Acha, a girl dressed in red.
That's right. I found this out one day about half a month ago, when I went up to the Storm Bear Mountains looking for inspiration for my new song. Guess what happened?
What happened?
I witnessed the most powerful destructive force I have ever seen in my life. I'm telling you, it completely changed the whole landscape in that part of the mountains.
Holy moly!
I was hiding behind a bush and I saw this little girlie in red clothing running into the distance, leaving a trail of destruction in her wake. But I don't know if anyone will believe me.
Now that you mention it, the idea of a tiny little girl wielding that much destructive power is a little far-fetched.
You want to know what I think? I think she has a treasure nobody else knows about. Maybe even the most powerful treasure in all of Mondstadt.
Did you say treasure? Did Paimon imagine that, or did you hear it too?
It's just a guess. I mean, no. It's a bard's razor-sharp intuition.
I don't buy it.
How can you say such a thing?
So, this girl, what's her name?
I do not know her name. I do not see her often in Mondstadt. Hey, I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me.
Doesn't sound like much to go on. But thanks for your intel.
इसको भी नहीं पता. इसको जरूर पता होगा. है कौन? जैक है ना ये?
Hey, I'm doing some adventurers training. Alcohol tolerance training, to be precise. Want to join me? You want to know who I think the toughest fighter is?
Yes.
In my opinion, that would be the finest adventurer of them all, Stanley. Guildmaster Cyrus is up there with the toughest, too. But only Stanley can take on the bloodthirsty beasts of the Mare Javari.
वे सारे अलग-अलग फाइटर्स का नाम ले रहे हैं. मैं 1 मिनट में आया गाइस. 1 मिनट देना मेरे को. Okay, I'm back.
Bloodthirsty beasts of the Mare Javari? Sounds terrifying. Do you think you'd be scared if you were faced with one of those?
I beat it to plump.
Yeah!
Pump.
Bam! Wham! Pow!
Oh. चलो भाई.
Patton was right about one thing.
Everyone has an opinion.
If everyone's got their own opinion and can't be persuaded, how are we ever gonna find out who Mondstadt's strongest fighter is? Eureka! Paimon's got it! Let's go see what Jean says. Bet the Knights have got an official ranking table for this kind of thing.
What makes you so sure?
Come on! Let's just go and ask check already. We'll never find out if we don't.
Okay. अरे किससे क्यों बात कर रहा हूँ मैं?
Even if you are a close friend.
ये चेयर कौन रख देता भाई? गेट के सामने, इतना सामने कौन रख रहा है भाई? टेबल यहीं रखी हुई है, इसको हटाओ यहाँ से।
Too
चलने
slow.
नहीं देते भाई लोग।
Too slow. Quit following me.
इससे पूछना पड़ेगा, ये बताएगी।
Oh, Master Jean! Sorry to bother you. We're collecting intel on the strongest fighter in Mondstadt. Do you have, one of those official Knights of Favonius verified ranking table thingies?
Strongest fighter in Mondstadt? Huh. I am sorry, but I cannot help. I do not have any relevant documentation on that topic.
अच्छा, कोई डेटा ही नहीं है इनके पास।
Oh, well that sucks. Paimon was hoping she would at least make the top 5.
Well, although I do not have the data to make such an assessment, I will say that my faith in our honorary knight's abilities has never wavered. Which reminds me, recently one of the Abyss Order's mages has been active near the city, although he is keeping a low profile. If you are staying around Mondstadt, please be on the lookout for danger. Given your, well, high-ranking fighting strength, I trust you will be able to help keep the area safe.
Awesome! After she beats the Abyss Order, she'll climb up that ranking table faster than she climbs up all those cliffs.
Vamos, there is no ranking table.
Well, either way, smashing the Abyss Order to bits is the right thing to do.
I like your enthusiasm. It is infectious. But be careful out there.
अब इस ऑर्डर को मारेंगे अब हम भी टॉप रैंकिंग पे आ जाएंगे। छोटी बच्ची के बारे में बोला था, ये वही है क्या? रेड कलर के कपड़े जो पहने हुए थी।
Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. I'm not hurt. Sorry for bumping into you.
Drop something.
Hey, look!
Explosion inside city wall, grounded by वो explosions can hurt people. Gene can be dreadful. Most be bombed. Klee be doomed.
There's some writing on here. Explosion inside city wall. Grounded be thy woe. Explosions can hurt people. Gene can be dreadful. Mondstadt be bombed. Klee be doomed? Yikes! Mr. Kaya wrote these down for me. They're, survival rules. Survival rules? Yeah. Rules that I must absolutely never break under any circumstances. Otherwise, something terrible would happen.
Kaya writes like this.
Yep. Ah, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Klee.
Hello, Klee.
I've heard all about you guys. You're the honorary knight who helps Mondstadt. Wow! More recognition, yay! Paimon is so happy right now. I heard it from Amber. But wait, no! There's no time for this right now. I'm dealing with a big emergency. I grabbed my map and ran as fast as I could all the way here.
What's wrong?
The treasure I buried in the Whispering Woods. It's gone. Did you say buried treasure?
I think she needs our help.
Exactly what Paimon was thinking. Lost treasure is a big deal. Let us help you find it.
चलो अब हम मदद करेंगे.
Thanks, you guys. Here's where the map says the treasure should be. I put a circle around it. I also put a wooden sign in the ground at the place where I buried it, to make it easier to find. Paimon is starting to understand how this treasure went missing so easily. Come on, Miss Honorary Knight, let's go!
चलो हमें treasure find करना है. The mystery of the girl in red treasure. Find the treasure. चलो गाइस ट्रेजर फाइंड करते हैं. इस बच्ची के लिए हम इतना तो कर ही सकते हैं. छोटी सी बच्ची की डिमांड है. आओ पूरा करें. ज़्यादा दूर हो गए. हाँ यहीं पर है.
Swan Fury! Upon the gale!
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Your treasure's gone, but you seem oddly happy. Well, Ranger and Albedo seem really busy recently. So Klee must not disturb them. But now Klee has new friends. I never thought I'd have a new big sister to help me. I'm so happy.
मैं छुपा हुआ हूँ. ये दोनों आपस में बात कर रहे हैं. ये क्या कह रहा है? डरा रहे हो मेरे को. अबे जाओ बे. मार दो फिर. ओ ये रहा वो. अच्छा स्टार्टिंग में ये नहीं कर पा रहे थे भाई हम. सबसे स्टार्टिंग में ये चीज़ दिखी थी हमें.
We're here. This is the place. Look, this is where my huge treasure was buried.
अरे हमने तो ये कब का ढूंढ लिया था भाई. स्टार्टिंग में ही. गेम की स्टार्टिंग में ढूंढ लिया था हमने ही.
And where there's now a huge empty hole in the ground.
It was that over there.
It's an abyss mage. Hey, maybe he's the one Jean was warning us about. What's that in his hand? My treasure. What?
I see the little girl has brought her friends with her. Time for a change of plan.
Hey, you! If you think you're so tough, get back here and fight! What's an abyss mage? I play in the forest all the time, but I've never seen one before.
He looks so cute, soft, and fluffy. I want to pet it.
This time based on the need to get more than 50 meters.
Behold!
आ तो गए भाई क्या?
Game's up! Now hand it over!
Oh, you fools think I would give this up so easily after what I've been through to acquire it?
कैसी समझ रहा
Too slow. Dodge this.
Everybody stand back!
The wind rises. Know your place.
अरे बैनेट क्यों लेके?
Cool it. Behold.
तो भागा तो नहीं
Careful, Klee. Don't be drawn in by it. Abyss mages are the bad guys.
Oh, that's right. Grandmaster Jean says that stealing is wrong.
कहाँ तक जाएगा बक्के?
That girl's lucky she didn't come alone. Otherwise, I...
सांस भाई फूल ही ये
Eat this! Out of the frying pan, into the bucket!
The wind rises.
But if we could just get him to give it back.
Quit following me.
Where'd he go? The Abyss Mage! He just disappeared! What's going on?
Okay. ये था क्या पूरा सीन?
A gateway to a domain! The Abyss Mage must have snuck inside!
Then he has no way out.
Klee, do you need a rest? Why don't you wait here while we get your treasure back for you?
No! I'm coming with you. It's my treasure that Mr. Fluffball stole, and it's up to me to get it back.
Mr. Fluffball. I admire your courage.
Don't worry, Klee is a big girl. Come on, Miss Honorary Knight, let's go!
Enter the domain.
Let's light it up!
पहले ये तो छोड़ इसमें कुछ भी नहीं है मतलब करंट लेवल इज लोअर देन रिकमेंडेड पार्सल आएगा आज पेमेंट कर दिया मैंने ओके ये छोटी सी बच्ची को शादी वो है तो बॉम्ब फेंकती भाई सीधा
Jumpy Dumpty go!
कितना डैमेज 3000 का। ये क्या है?
I'm going in.
इसी से मारता हूँ भाई मैं।
Boing, boing, boom! Woo! Ha! Boom! Yeah! La la la! Ha-ya! Boom! Ha!
देखना चाहता हूँ अल्टीमेट को यूज करके।
Sparks and flash! Woo!
इसकी अल्टीमेट जो है हेल्प तो कर रही है पर डैमेज कम है क्या इसका? पीछे से कौन मार रहा है बे?
Jumpy, jumpy, go!
बूम क्यू भाई कितने प्यार से बोल रही है।
Blazing delight!
अरे पानी है यहाँ तो। बहुत टाइम से डोमेन वगैरह में नहीं है हमें ऐसी स्टोरी के अंदर।
La la la!
चलो फाइनली कुछ माल लेने का वक्त आ चुका है। अरे ये वो रखा है यार।
Dodge this! What's the hurry?
Jumpy, dumpty, go! Hi-ya!
गया। कुछ भी नहीं मिला।
La la la! Boing, boing, boom! Boom!
ये क्या मिलते हैं? इनको ले नहीं सकते। ये तो ऐसे ही निकल जाएगी। हाइट ही नहीं है इतनी। सामने भाई लोग खड़े हैं।
Off we go! Everybody stand back!
You're toast! Booba, get them! Jumpy, jumpy, go! Throw them all up!
आग लगा देंगे भाई सब जगह। अच्छा ये लेके जा सकता हूँ मैं क्या? अच्छा ऐसे भी फटते हैं ये, ठीक है। सही चीज़ें आ रही है तो सही लगा कैरेक्टर ये वाला भी।
La la la.
Ow! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Squall Fury! You dare to gaze upon me?
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Jumpy Dumpty go.
यार बच्ची को मारता है, हाथ उठाता है, साले शर्म नहीं आती। इधर आओ ना बे, इधर ये तो आएगा ही नहीं। विशेष कलेक्ट नहीं कर, अबे दो हैं ये।
You followed me. I must say, I'm impressed. But this is as far as you will get.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do?
Oh, the human proclivity to gossip has provided us with everything we need. We learned that your little red friend had in her possession the most powerful treasure in all of Mondstadt. That treasure is now in my hands. There is nothing you can do. Now your precious treasure shall be your undoing.
अब बहुत बोल रहा है ये बदतमीज।
No, wait! Don't touch it!
Oh, how you fret now your predicament is finally clear to you. Now, what have we here? A flame symbol.
बहुत हंसी आ रही है इसको। फट गया, आ गए मजे।
No! I broke the survival rules. Explosions can hurt people. Jean can be dreadful. This is it. This time I'm done for.
अबे मेरे को ट्रेजर तो लेने दो।
Wait! So Klee's treasure is a bomb?
That was
No
epic.
wonder Klee was rumored to be the strongest fighter in Mondstadt. Paimon, for one, is never picking a fight with her. Hold on. Why has she gone and run off?
Something to do with the survival rule.
Seems like it. Well then, let's head to the Knights headquarters and report to Jean.
चलो ये तो पूरा हो गया। फिशेस शेस्ट भी खोलने मेरा। ये है ना, आप मिले ना चीज़ें, और कुछ तो रह नहीं गया। चलो धमाकेदार पार्टी थी भाई वो। छोटा पैकेट बड़ा धमाका, ये समझ लो। सीधा बॉम्ब मारती है वो। हैबिस ऑर्डर में भी दिमाग नहीं था भाई, बॉम्ब को ट्रेजर समझ के लिए गया वो, फट गया बेचारा। Knight's headquarters.
Too slow.
ये अंदर है।
Klee? You're here too?
I turned myself in.
Huh?
My bomb. I hurt someone.
अबे वो इसका ऑर्डर था.
I broke the rules. I'll never see the light of day again.
Klee, I need you to answer me. You said someone was injured. Where are they?
Wait, there's been a misunderstanding.
Why is that?
The person that blew up was an abyss mage.
But Mr. Fluffball was only a thief. He didn't deserve to blow up.
Hey, come on now. Paimon already told you that the abyss mages are the bad guys. And actually, they're the worst kind of bad guys you can imagine. They don't just hate the good guys. They hate all people. Their enemy is humanity itself.
Mr. Fluffball was a bad guy on purpose? Mr. Fluffball is the enemy of humanity. What? I don't get it.
This was an oversight on my part. I did not tell you these things before because you are still young. In fact, the Abyss Order is a hostile force in Mondstadt, which has been unusually active lately.
Because of most powerful treasure.
Aha! That's it! Paimon understands now! They were tracking down poor Klee because they heard rumors about her treasure. Just like the way Paimon's first reaction was to try and get her hands on... no! To try and get the facts on the treasure.
So, does that mean...
In light of your contribution on this matter, I will allow you to take part in the next Ludi Harpastum.
Ludi Harpastum? Whoa!
You got very lucky.
Miss Honorary Knight, you've gotta come too!
Whoop-de-doo! It's a happy ending!
Except
what?
Klee, where did you hide the treasure to begin with? Were you trying to blow up the fish in Starfell Lake again?
I wasn't! I swear I wasn't!
She's giving us that look that means play along.
Oh, gee, notice it.
Klee?
I'll see myself to solitary confinement.
Paimon bets Klee must get bored in there all by herself.
Find the door of the confinement room. The night headquarter. अबे दिन हो गया क्या अंदर एकदम से रोशनी हो गई भाई क्या सीन है ये रूम है ऊपर है क्या
Hello. May the Animo Archon protect you.
Guess who?
That's Paimon's voice I hear.
Need help busting out of this joint.
Ooh, yes, please. Wait, no, I can't. Klee needs to be a good girl and think about what she did. Stop tempting me. Anyway, while I'm grounded, I'm making an extra special new treasure, the Ludi Harpastum version.
When you say treasure...
I made it into the shape of a harpastum and everything. It looks so cute.
You disguised a bomb as a harpastum.
Just wait for Ludi Harpastum. Oh yeah, they're gonna love it.
Yeesh, if Jean was listening to this, Klee might find herself grounded for an awful lot longer.
Complete treasure complete 60 रेजिन मिल चुके हैं हमें रेजिन कह रहा हूँ प्रीमो जेम्स ठीक है तो ये वाला तो कंप्लीट हो गया है इसमें कितना क्या मिल रहा है इसमें कहीं प्रीमो जेम्स की बात तो नहीं कही गई है बिल्कुल भी प्रीमो जेम्स की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं ये लोग बुक्स तो फिर भी मिल रही हैं चलो Across the sea. ये वाला करें क्या अभी? लो एक कर लेते हैं.
Too slow.
Millilith about the situation. ये मिलिलिथ वाला कौन सा हो सकता है? इनाजुआ में ये लियो. लियो में
Be on your guard, traveler. Now is no time for sightseeing.
Oh, why is that? Has something happened?
Yes. As unusual as this may sound, numerous eyewitness reports have confirmed an active Ruin Guard presence in this area, even though this is far beyond their normal area of activity. Sergeant sent someone to find out just where these ancient machines might have come from. It appears that they simply left their ruin and marched off all of a sudden, for no clear reason.
So did somebody wake them up?
As I say, the reason is still unclear. We have very little intelligence at present. Moreover, the ruin in question is of the especially spooky variety. Strange noises are often heard coming from within. As such, we are not permitted to investigate until the order comes through from headquarters.
One can never to be courteous.
In any case, the only sensible strategy in the meantime is to increase Millilith patrols. We must not let innocent civilians come to harm.
That's a good point. Ruin guards are probably pretty dangerous for regular folk.
Is there any way I can help?
Wow. I'm very grateful indeed for the offer, but it just wouldn't be worth the risk.
Oh, don't worry about that. This one beats up Ruin guards for breakfast.
अबे ruin guards को तो ऐसे मार देंगे पता ही नहीं चलेगा कहाँ गए. I do know a little self-defense.
Is that so? Well, if you're genuinely offering, I did see some Ruin Guard footprints on the hillside, but since then I've been too busy warning passers-by to investigate myself.
Footprints, eh? Interesting. We'll take the case.
While the Millilith stands guard, evil shall never prevail. On behalf of the Millilith, I salute you, traveler. You have my gratitude. I will rendezvous with you once I have finished my patrol.
चलो भाई अब आएंगे ruin guard को जरा देखते हैं.
Quit following me.
किधर है भाई यहाँ पे footprint?
This footprint is huge. It has to be the one that guy was talking about.
अबे सच में बड़े-बड़े footprint है यार ये तो.
Too slow.
And here's another one. Yep. Seems the Ruin Guards did come out for a walk after all. A trail of Ruin Guard footprints leads us here to... Ah! A Ruin Guard! Over there!
वो तो रहा. ये तो बैठा हो बेचारा शांति से.
Boba, get them!
Behold! Oh, so sorry. The wind rises. Behold!
I'm going in.
अरे नहीं गलत टाइमिंग भाई.
Adventure time.
मेरे को हील करने जाना पड़ेगा.
Off we go.
चलो हो गया हील.
Sight the insects!
Eat this!
That's far enough!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Let's light it up! Adventure time!
Quick! The wind rises!
अरे नहीं इसको करना पड़ेगा भाई.
Everybody stand back!
अरे नहीं अबे भाई वापस से स्टार्ट हो गए.
Behold!
मेरी टाइमिंग गलत है थोड़ी सी.
Yeah, nice and spicy.
Off we go! Adventure, let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Squall and Fury! Cry louder! How amused!
थोड़ा ही हो रहा है.
Cool it!
Let's light it up!
Don't get frostbite!
Boba, get them! You're toast!
The wind rises!
और गया.
Well, that's one down. Let's keep looking around. Maybe we'll find some more.
Too slow.
ये कह रहा.
Hey
यहाँ पे क्या
you!
कर रहे हैं?
Check this out! Isn't it awesome?
What is he wearing?
I've never seen one this close before. Have you ever seen one?
This is powered down ruin guard.
Excuse me. His name is Mr. Cyclops, actually. What sort of dumb name is Ruin Guard?
Mr. Cyclops? Aw, that's cute. Wait, what? Do people seriously call them that?
Yep, my brother said so. And he's the best toy seller in the whole world. It's his job to sell this kind of stuff. Right now, he's at the Institute for Toy Research in Liyue. That's where Mr. Cyclops has come from. It's always nice to meet someone else who likes toys. So tell me, where'd you get your toy from? Must be a pretty new kind, huh? I've never seen one that can fly and talk before.
पाइमन के तो भाई मजे ही ले लेते हैं. ये इसको खिलौना बोल दिया भाई. पाइमन is not a toy, neither.
Yeah, Paimon is not a toy.
Greetings. Have you found anything? Oh. A child? What's the situation here?
We just, found him.
Uh-uh. You shouldn't be out here, boy. There are killing machines in the area. It's extremely dangerous.
Killing machines? You mean ones that look like this?
Precisely. And including this one. It's not moving now, but if it were to wake up, the consequences would be...
You take that back! Mr. Cyclops is not a killing machine. He's one of the good guys.
Mr. Cyclops?
We shouldn't be talking to this guy. If he's saying mean things about Mr. Cyclops, he's definitely a bad man.
I'm just trying to help.
I think you lost him.
I've always been hopeless at dealing with children.
Well then, why don't you get back to your normal job and leave us to do the babysitting?
It seems I have no other choice. Very well. I will continue with my patrol. Please escort the child to somewhere safe. It's much too dangerous here.
Mr. Cyclops scared off the bad guys once again!
What's your name, kid?
My name's Tusser. I came all the way from Snezhnaya to look for my brother in Liyue. But I'm all on my own, and I don't know where to find him.
You came all the way from Snezhnaya?
Oh, I think this is the part where I give you this. Here you go.
What is it? Looks heavy. What the?
So much more.
My brother said I should take it with me. He said, find a nice person to give this to, and they will take good care of Tusser.
Your brother makes a good point. Still, it's hard to believe you made it all this way armed with nothing but a few bags of mora. Your family must be super rich. Paimon never knew you could make so much mora from selling toys.
I will gladly take it.
Yay! Thanks, nice lady. All right, now we gotta make a pinky promise. You make a pinky promise, you keep it all your life. You break a pinky promise, I throw you on the ice. The cold will kill the pinky that once betrayed your friend. The frost will freeze your tongue off so you never lie again.
क्या बात है, क्या लाइन कही है भाई लौंडे ने, क्या लाइन कही है, दिल को छू गई भाई ये बातें, मज़ा ही आ गया। किसी भी क्या बोलते हैं ऑर्डिनरी शायरी से बहुत ही अच्छी, इसने एकदम, क्या बोलूँ मैं, शब्द नहीं है मेरे पास।
Wow, that one nursery rhyme kind of says all you need to know about Snezhnayan culture.
नर्सरी राइम।
Well, if we weren't your babysitters before, we sure as heck are now. But where should we look for your brother?
Somewhere with the close connection to this northern bank.
Great idea! All right, off we go!
All right! Finally, now I get to see my brother!
Go to the northern bank. कितनी दूर है ये, बेचारे यहाँ से पैदल जाएंगे, देख रहे हो। पोर्टल यूज कर रहे हैं हम, पकड़ रियल में तो ये लोग वैसे ही जाएंगे ना, चोरी के अंदर पैदल चल के। वैसे पैदल चल के क्यों जाएंगे?
Adventure time. Off we go! Adventure time!
Behold!
ये क्या सो रही थी क्या? Good evening, this is the northern bank.
What should I put in my letter?
इससे क्या करेंगे बातचीत करके? हमें तो अंदर जाना है भाई, अंदर काम है हमें।
That seems a little inappropriate, don't you think, sir? How can you...
Relax. Once in a while can't hurt. It'll be fine.
Huh? What is he doing here?
Yay, my brother! I found you!
I know that voice. Why, if it isn't my little brother Tusser! My goodness! What a nice surprise, Tusser. I thought I would have to wait till I return home before seeing you again. How are the others? Sister Tonia and Brother Anthon? Is everybody keeping well?
They miss you a lot. Tonia prays for you every day at dinner.
Wait a second. What are you doing here in Liyue, Tusser? How have I not heard anything about this?
Well, what happened was, I saw a boat that looked like it was selling toys, so obviously I thought you were on board. And then, when I got off, I just kept walking and walking, and then I found a Mr. Cyclops. Mr. Cyclops scared off a bad guy, and then I found this nice lady to help me come look for you.
So, there's no way.
And also, Tusser's child's brother? Cool. Suddenly Paimon doesn't feel so bad about taking Tusser's money.
Tusser, what you did was extremely dangerous. I'm so happy to see you, really, I am, but please, promise me you won't do anything like this ever again.
Okay, I promise.
I'm not mad at you. I just care about your safety, that's all. If you hadn't met these nice people, things could have been a lot more dangerous for you two, sir. I hope you said a big thank you to them.
बड़े भाई को तो चिंता है भाई.
Yep, I always remember my pleases and thank yous.
Oh, so you did notice we were here. You were just ignoring us. Gotcha.
Forgive me, it's always family first where I'm from. Don't take it personally. I know we've had our differences up to now, but a few minor quibbles aside, we get on quite well, don't you think?
Do you mean that, or are you just keeping up appearance?
Come on, you know I'm just a pawn in all that, just doing my part. As for who wins, who loses, and how each side deals with the consequences, I prefer to leave all that up to the ones playing the game. I'm much more interested in who wins and who loses when it comes to our little sparring matches.
Sounds like you're ready to get your butt kicked again.
Ha! You're forgetting something about me. I, Tartaglia, spend every second getting stronger. Don't expect to have it quite so easy next time.
I've also come a long way since then.
Whoa. You aren't gonna fight now, are you?
Maybe not right now. Not while my kid brother is watching.
Why do you want to fight the nice lady? Are you guys enemies?
No, not at all. Allow me to formally express my sincerest gratitude for taking care of my darling brother. His safety matters very much to me.
I'm still keeping my eye on you.
So anyway, Paimon has a question. Tooster said something about you being a toy seller. What's that all about? Aren't you supposed to be one of the Fatui's harbinger?
Yes, about that. Shh, look. I only told him that so that he'll look up to me. In the eyes of a child, working with toys must be the best job imaginable, right? I don't want my family to have anything to do with the Fatui's, or should I say Snezhnaya's, darker side. The older ones already know that I serve the Tsaritsa, but Tooser is still so young, and in his eyes... As I was saying, I remain Snezhnaya's greatest expatriate toy seller, currently attached to the Liyue branch of our Institute for Toy Research.
That's right! My brother's the greatest! He's Mr. Cyclops' bestest friend!
Just humor me in front of Tooser, if you would be so kind. Ah yes, Ekaterina. I will deal with the issue of that outstanding payment right away.
Hey! Slinking off, are we?
But Master Child, would it not be a little improper to ask you to deal with...
A bet is a bet, isn't it? And if you lose a bet with an agent, well, you might as well get a little exercise out of it.
Are you going off to sell toys now?
That's right. As much as I'd love to catch up a little longer, Tooser, duty calls. I'm sure Miss Nice Lady here will be happy to keep you company while I'm out, though.
So we still need to keep babysitting for you?
Sure! I really like this lady. And anyway, she made a pinky promise to take good care of me.
Ah, well, it sounds like Tooser really likes you, and that you've already made a pinky promise to take good care of him anyway.
They're ganging up on me, for sure.
Then I'm in your debt. Here, take this as Tooser's entertainment fund. I want him to have a good time while he's in Liyue, so take him anywhere he wants. If need be, you may find me by the river near Qingshu Pool. I'll see you both around.
Qingshu Pool. यहाँ तो मैं जा चुका हूँ और मोरा भी मिल चुका है, फंड मिल गया है हमें। चलो ये अभी पूरा हुआ नहीं ना।
Looks like we'll be hanging out with Child's kid brother for a while.
Take Joshua out
So,
to the toy store.
where are we going? How about we start with the toy store?
टॉय स्टोर चल लेते हैं, वही क्या दिक्कत है। बच्चों खिलौनों की दुकान पे तो ले जाना चाहिए हमें, छोटे मोटे टॉयज दिला के खुश कर देंगे बच्चों को।
The wind rises.
Huh? What are those super colorful winged things? They're called kites. The kids in Liyue love them.
Hello there, dear. You look like you've come a very long way. Let Granny guess. From what you're wearing, I would say... Snezhnaya.
That's right. How do you play with these kite things, Granny?
When the wind picks up, you let out the string and whoosh! The kite will fly into the air, up, up, and away.
Wow, that's amazing! Do you have any Mr. Cyclops ones?
Mr. Cyclops.
Mr. Cyclops? I'm sorry, I
want to fly Mr. Cyclops high into the sky so all the kids can get to know him.
Well, I can do custom builds, but I'll need some amount of reference material.
Mr. Cyclops नीचे तो चल नहीं पाते, ऊपर क्या उड़ेंगे?
Will this picture do? I drew it myself. I bring it with me everywhere.
I'll manage. Still, I must warn you that custom builds can really be quite expensive.
We should be fine. Child was pretty generous with that entertainment fund. But then again, throwing money around willy-nilly is, kinda irresponsible.
What do you really mean?
Well, so, yes, technically speaking, these funds are earmarked for Tooser's entertainment. But if there's any left over when we're done... Either way, it's time to talk prices.
15,000 देना पड़ेगा क्या? आधा कर देता हूँ तो उसको। आधा कर देता हूँ।
This price is a little too low.
ये ले भाई, पूरा ले ले जा।
This price is fair. Well then, I'll get that custom order done for you.
Thanks, Granny.
Worry not. Just leave it to me.
For our next stop, why don't we head to Wanmin Restaurant? It would be a mighty crying shame to come all the way to Liyue and never try the food.
Quit following me. Should I save this money?
Hello, welcome.
This restaurant has a really choking smell.
A choking smell? Oh, you must be referring to our signature spicy chili scent.
Spicy chili? But I can't eat spicy food.
Oh, what a pity. A person who can't eat spicy food misses out on half of life's joys.
Is it really that bad? My meals have to have lots and lots of sugar, and the oil has to be extra virgin vegetable oil. Wow, we've got a real rich kid on our hands. Looks like Wanmin Restaurant's dishes aren't to Tooser's taste. Maybe we should go somewhere else.
Will that be all? Any more special requests?
What do you mean, Chef now?
Giving the people what they want is the very reason Wanmin Restaurant exists. If I thought for 1 second that I couldn't make a dish to satisfy this child's taste, I would have absolutely no business calling myself a chef ever again.
Whoa, there seems to be a lot of professional pride riding on this.
तो क्या बनाएगा ये पुडिंग?
Then we'll leave it to you, Chef Mao. We'll be eating here after all.
Sure.
But let me say this first. Special requests are going to cost you more than normal. Of course, we aren't going to demand prices anywhere near as exorbitant as the likes of Lily Pavilion or Sunya Kiosk.
Is it just Paimon? Or are premium custom orders in fashion lately? Still, surely there must be a little room for negotiation, right?
अरे तुम 12 रखो यार, कहाँ लगे?
Done. I'll go prepare the food then.
Great! It's time for
Please sit wherever you like. Your food...
ठीक है भाई, हम बैठ जाते हैं यहीं पे भी. कैसा था खाना भाई? खा बताया ही नहीं.
It was a little too sweet. Paimon feels a little sick.
उसको तो मजा नहीं आया.
I thought it was just right. Almost exactly like how my sister Tonya makes it.
But this doesn't feel right somehow. Didn't we bring Tusser here to try Lila's specialty? Whatever. So where do you want to go next, Tusser?
यार हमने अच्छा खासा पैसा दी, खाना अच्छा लगा नहीं इसका. क्या
I
है
was
ये?
so caught up looking for my brother when I first got here that I didn't get a good look around.
Good idea. The hustle and bustle at the wharf is a specialty of Liyue Harbor tea.
Bring it to the wall.
Too slow. Quit following me. Quit following me.
Wow, this place is huge! And there's so many people! Are the waves here always like this? Don't they...
Given Liyue's climate, the area around the harbor's mouth probably never gets cold enough to freeze. Paimon is kind of the traveler's exclusive personal tour guide. But since this is a special occasion, Paimon can make an exception to help Tusser get to know the place. This place is Liyue's commercial hub, and it's been the biggest port in the Seven Nations ever since it was decided that Liyue would take on the world through trade. Other than merchant vessels, many fishing boats and industrial transports dock here to replenish their fishery supplies and daily necessities, which, thanks to the immense throughput capacity of the wharf,
I won't understand what you are saying.
Yeah. Paimon can't remember how the rest goes anyway. Well, guess Paimon will just have to explain this Paimon style. So this harbor is like Tevat's mouth, and it's the biggest mouth you've ever seen. All the nations float their boats over the sea into the mouth. The harbor goes nom 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 and has a taste of each boat and the cargo it has on board.
क्या बोल रही है? कुछ भी.
Then, Liyue Harbor rubs its big round belly in satisfaction because it's all stuffed full of delicious mora.
That's how you explain the robot.
Hey, what's that big metal hook over there? I want to see.
Wait, Tusser, don't run off! After all that, he wasn't even listening.
बच्चों को संभालना मुश्किल का काम है भाई, इतना आसान नहीं होता.
That metal hook is huge, and it gets bigger the closer we get.
This is an anchor. Docked ships use it to hold themselves in position to stop the wind and waves from blowing them away.
An anchor. Got it. But I think I might get it mixed up with Commodore Hook.
Commodore Hook? Is this
another one of your weird toy names?
My brother always sends me a really big toy for my birthday. Commodore Hook, Black Steel Jack, Iron Tony. We keep them all in our backyard.
Are they as big as the...
Yeah, and that's why I can't bring them with me all the time. It's a shame.
Wow, using Fatui funds for personal gain? To think Snezhnaya would let their harbingers do that. All for some... But suddenly, it doesn't seem so strange that Tooser would treat a ruin guard as a giant toy.
But my favorite has to be Mr. Cyclops. Even though I mostly came here to see my brother, the other big thing I wanted to do was play with Mr. Cyclops. Oh, are they selling fish over there? Let's have a look.
Hey! Quit running up!
पाइमोन को आ गया भाई गुस्सा अब.
Is this where they sell fish? Wow, fish here in Leo are so...
Hey, whose fish are you calling small? Little kids shouldn't go around ruining others' business.
He's just a curious kid. No need to get worked up. That said, these fish are actually pretty big by Paimon standards. Just how big are the ones you're used to, Tooser?
Maybe 200 times your size?
That's crazy big.
There are legends in my hometown about it. It's supposed to be a super delicious fish. I told my brother about it, and he went out to sea to catch one for me. A few days later, he returned with a humongous fish slung over his shoulder. Anthon and I were so happy.
अब इसके लिए फिशिंग करने भी जाना पड़ेगा क्या?
Are you sure that was a fish? Paimon thinks it sounds more like some sort of leviathan.
Sounds like a topic that would interest Zhengling.
Hey, Miss Nice Lady, let's go over there to see the boats.
Tell me, will I find the right girl?
What's wrong, Tooser? Are you tired? You don't seem so happy.
I miss my brother.
What? But we were just with him.
Yeah, but for such a short time that it doesn't count. Take me to see my brother. I don't want to play anymore.
That's children for you.
Yep. You can have all the patience in the world, but it won't help you at a time like this. Well, we've played with Tooser long enough, haven't we? Paimon thinks we've tried our best here. Child said that he'd be by the river near Qingshu Pool. Why don't we look for him there?
Yay! Let's go! Let's go!
Bring her to where child is. आठ सौ कहाँ बता रहा भाई ये? यहाँ पर है किंगशिंग पूल के पास. किंगशिंग पूल. चिंगशिंग.
Too slow.
अरे ये लोग हैं यहाँ पे. क्या बात?
Found him! There's Child! Wait, he's talking to the treasure hoarders?
Treasure hoarders.
You know what I'm here for, I trust.
Oh, you got lip. Making us guess, are you? If you want to join up, let me just say this first. Dandy kid like you ain't welcome.
Oh, what a commendable imagination. Well, in the Tsaritsa's name, I suppose I should forgive you country bumpkins for your ignorance. For I am...
Brother! You're selling them toys, aren't you, brother? That's so cool. I've always wanted to watch you work.
Well, why, yes, of course. For I am, the greatest toy salesman in Snezhnaya.
So cool.
Huh? You playing games, pretty boy?
So, will you buy or not? The toys that Snezhnaya produced 3 months ago will run you, yes, 600,000 mora, to be paid in full.
Toys? And how much money?
Wow. Is that what it's gonna cost to fix that head of yours?
Look at that! Spreading joy and laughter to everyone! That's what toy selling's all about!
I'll say it again. Toys from Snezhnaya, 3 months prior, 600,000 mora paid in full.
Yeah, no. Sorry, sales boy. The same joke isn't funny twice. Or were you always cruising for a bruising?
All right then. I'll make things a little easier for you. I'll join the treasure hoarders. Perhaps you'll be more willing to pay when we're brothers in arms?
Would you listen to yourself? You think we just let any old person into the treasure hoarders? I'm not so sure you could hack it.
Well then, why don't you put me to the test, dear seniors? I like to think of myself as quite talented in the field of treasure hunting.
Looks like you're not gonna pack it up until someone packs you in. All right then, show us what you got. Truth be told, we've set up a shop here because there's a fine little loot cave nearby. But the treasure hasn't been easy to get at. If you think you're up to snuff, why don't you have a crack at it on our behalf? Of course, that means...
Come on. If we can't do it, do you really think this guy stands a chance?
An initiation test, eh? Interesting. It's been a while since I've been assessed by someone else.
The loot's on the opposite cliff. We're gonna hang back here and watch the show.
Huh, no problem. Don't blink though, or you might miss it.
चलो भाई ट्रेजर ढूंढने का है। अब और ऊपर जाना है अभी तो। ठीक है और ट्रेजर के पास
Unnecessary.
हल्के में ले रहे थे भाई चाइल्ड को।
Well, I have the goods. Here you go. So how'd I do? Pretty well, I'd say.
Brother, what do we do? This fellow isn't normal. Please, hold on a moment, sir. We need to discuss something amongst ourselves. He ain't here for an initiation. He just wanted to show off.
Honestly, we'd be no match for him if he wanted to fight.
Guys, do you think that maybe we're being robbed?
I don't know. Surely he wouldn't have come here all dressed up like that if he was only after us. Unless maybe his words have hidden meaning.
Snezhnaya, 3 months, 600,000. Oh, I get it. It was insider talk. I remember that the boss took out a 600,000 more loan from that Snezhnayan bank about 3 months ago, and still hasn't repaid it.
So this guy must be the debt collector. But why didn't he just say so? What's with all the toy talk?
And that's where you're still green. See, in a lot of professions like this, people speak in code to protect the privacy of their business partners and clients.
Makes sense. Owing money is pretty embarrassing.
This guy isn't one to mess with, I tell you. He's a professional. Way too professional.
So, Mr. Salesman, my apologies, but we can't have you joining us.
Oh? I didn't pass? I must say, I never imagined that the treasure hoarders would have such strict entry requirements.
No, it's not that. What we mean is that you're too big a fish for our little pond. But we fully understand the situation with the, toys, sir. We'll fetch that 600,000 for you right away.
अब आया ना लाइन पे अब आया ना बच्चे लाइन पे हैं
I see. Well then, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. We get paid, and everyone stays happy. A wonderful outcome, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Couldn't agree more, sir.
That's my brother for you. Toy sellers are so cool.
He's a bit of special case.
Ah, Master Child, you're here. A new batch of fresh recruits have just...
Hey now, keep your voice down. Can't you see I'm entertaining some clients over here?
Clients? Well, anyway, the Motherland has dispatched a new batch of recruits to Liyue. They've just arrived, and I'm afraid we must trouble you to speak to them.
Do I have to? Now is hardly the best time.
I must apologize for troubling you, Master Child, but they are already waiting for you south of Lingju Pass. Every new batch of recruits must be baptized by the Tsaritsa's will, through the words of her harbingers. This has always been our rule. At present, Master Child, you are the only harbinger in Liyue. Please, everyone is standing in formation and waiting for you to bestow this honor upon them.
Well, all right then, I'll go. Just give me a moment to catch up with my brother, and I'll be right with you.
Do you have to keep working?
Yes, sir. We have a group of new toy sellers fresh in from the Motherland, and I need to go teach them the ropes.
Wow, that's great! When I grow up, I want to be a toy seller too. Can I go listen?
I'm afraid you're still too young, sir. I'm not sure if you'd understand much of it, and most of it's rather boring anyhow. Why don't you go play with the Traveler instead? Sound good?
You are dumping him on us.
But...
I really do have to go now, sir. A lot of people are waiting to see me. I'll see you around, all right?
भाई फिर बना दिया उसको उनके बेबी सेटिंग के लिए भेज दिया वापस से.
Child really dotes on his brother, but now he's gotta ditch him again. Must be a really tough job.
I think that covering it up is tough part.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't done himself any favors with the whole toy seller cover store. To think he'd go this far just to prevent his family from seeing his dark side.
He's being a bit overprotective.
Maybe. But he has good intentions, doesn't he? Wait. Where's Tooser?
कहाँ गया बे? भाग गया.
We were too busy chatting. Where'd he go? Did he sneak off to follow his brother? Either way, let's head over there first.
Go to child location too. Okay. अरे यहाँ से तो गलत ही जा रहा हूँ भाई फिर मैं. उसके ऊपर चढ़ना पड़ेगा मुझे. अबे ये तो रहा रास्ता. मैं कहाँ से जा रहा हूँ? बेमतलब में चढ़ने.
Quit following me. Too slow.
Tooser,
Don't you ever run off like that again, young man.
Shh, quiet! My brother's giving his speech.
अबे ये दोनों हैं भाई.
From this
पूरी
day
team है.
forward, you will honor the oaths you have made to Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and you will stop at nothing to bring Snezhnaya victory. You shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north, as strong as the hoarfrost of Zepelyarny Palace. You will chill the very marrow in our enemies' bones. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthlessness, and for the trials that we face are harsh, and our enemies are like... like kites and rattledrums, who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops in the marketplaces of Liyue.
Uh-huh. Kites are really fun, too.
This is, of course, an analogy. As they say, the marketplace, too, is a battlefield. So as your sales manager here in Liyue, I demand that you obey my every order. A refusal shall be considered a betrayal, and the price for betrayal is to be dishonorably discharged from the Liyue Institute of Toy Research.
Whoa, that's really strict.
अबे भाई क्या
Won't
acting
people
है.
be really sad if they get fired from the Institute?
Seeking to please everyone pleases no one at all. Time to try something else. Forget it. Perhaps a round of hands-on training will suit us better.
Hands-on training?
After all, a strong body is the proof of one's capacity.
Hey, did he just say that we're doing hands-on training?
A Harbinger wants to spar with us personally? Oh, what an honor!
I can't believe it. Are recruits like us really worthy?
Am I hearing a hint of objection to this idea?
Not at all, sir!
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you lot.
Frozen. Crisp. Let's end this quickly. Have a load of this. That's it.
Who's next? Amateur mistake.
I will end you.
Shoot! I can't afford any more bandages. I'm going in! Couldn't break the curse.
Let's end this quickly. Flash frost.
How? I had only just... Everything was futile.
अबे निकलने नहीं दे रहा भाई. क्या हो रहा है? फंसा दिया नहीं.
Time to fight back, Cyclops. Cool it.
This was well done.
Freeze.
थोड़े से फूड की जरूरत पड़ेगी बस मुझे.
Dodge that. This doesn't look good.
Adventure time.
ये दूर से मार रहा ना ये बदतमीजी कर रहा है अभी. इसको भी मार.
Let's light it up. Adventure time.
Quickly.
थोड़े वाले को जल्दी मारना पड़ेगा.
Shoot! I can't afford any more bandages. Everybody stand back.
This was well done.
Off we go.
ये कहाँ से जल्दी आ रहा था ये वाला?
Let's end this quickly.
Okay.
Well done.
Why do they never? This is just my luck.
तो थोड़ी सी गड़बड़ हो गई यहाँ पे. थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया यहाँ पे सीन. अच्छे से यूज़ नहीं की मैंने एबिलिटीज़. यहाँ की पिक्चर तो मैंने पहले ही ले ली थी.
Adventure time.
इसको स्किप करना पड़ेगा फटाफट.
Sir, so you did come here.
Shh, quiet. My brother's giving his speech.
From this day forward, you will honor the oaths you have made to Her Majesty. You shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthless, for the trials that we face are harsh, and our enemies are like... like kites who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops.
Uh-huh. Kites are...
This is, of course, an analogy. So as your sales manager here in... A refusal shall be considered a betrayal. And the...
Whoa, that's really strict.
Huh? Seeking to please everyone pleases no one. Forget it. Perhaps around...
Hands-on train.
After all,
Hey, did... A Harbinger wants to spar with us personal?
I can't believe it.
Am I hearing a hint of a...
Not at all, sir!
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you...
Okay, सबसे पहले तो मैं उस इलेक्ट्रो वाले को मारूंगा. साला बहुत...
You'll get frostbite.
Cool it!
I will end
Squall Fury.
Time for a flash in this quickly. You're not going anywhere. Detoxifying heat. Roasted fried. Frozen is set.
Adventure time. Let's light it up.
Frozen food. This one's not done. Let's not waste time.
Tidal wave.
It's no problem.
Water.
मेरे पैर कहाँ हैं?
This one's well done. You need to hurry up.
You're not going anywhere.
Almost. This one's well done.
तो ये मुश्किल थी भाई.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Teamwork is dreamwork. Couldn't
भाई
break
मैं यूज़ ही नहीं कर पा.
curse.
Have a load of this.
Drat!
खत्म कर दिया भाई.
Dodge this!
What's the hurry?
Ah! I slipped up.
What's the hurry?
Freeze! You need a hurry.
That was unexpected.
भाई ये रीस्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा रुको।
This is just my luck.
बहुत जल्दी मार दे रहे हैं यार ये तो। मुझे कुछ फूड वगैरह का वो करना पड़ेगा क्या? क्योंकि ज़्यादा डैमेज जाएंगे।
Off we go! Adventure time! Off we go!
देखना पड़ेगा। अटैक अटैक बढ़ा लेता हूँ और ये कर लेता हूँ ना एक हीलिंग बोनस चलो अब देखते हैं।
Adventure time!
हाँ फटाफट करना पड़ेगा ये।
Sir, so you
तो
did
स्किप भी
come
नहीं होता
here.
जल्दी।
Shh, quiet. My brother's giving his speech.
From this day forward,
अच्छी acting
you will
कर रहा है
honor
भाई,
the
ये
oaths
तो
you have
मानना
made to Her
पड़ेगा।
Majesty. You shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthless, for the trials that we face are harsh, and our enemies are like... like kites, who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops.
Uh-huh. Kites are rip.
This is, of course, an analogy. So as your sales
सब
manager
लाते
here
हैं,
in
हाँ भाई,
Liyue,
हाँ, सही
a
कह रहा है, सही कह रहा
refusal shall be considered a betrayal. And the...
Whoa, that's really strict.
Seeking to please everyone pleases no... Forget it. Perhaps a...
Hands-on training.
After all,
Hey, did a Harbinger wants to spar with us personal?
I can't believe it.
Am I hearing a hint of...
Not at all, sir!
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you...
Frozen. Crisp.
No time to lose.
अबे शॉट भी है। ओ भाई।
No time.
शॉट से तो बहुत जल्दी। अरे नहीं, ये दो फटके पड़ते हैं।
No time to lose.
खत्म कर देते हैं खेल ये।
I'm not done.
अभी क्या मारा इसने? लो।
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
This one's well done. Roasted fried.
Off we go!
This one's well done.
Adventure time! Let's light it up! Benny's adventure team! I have
failed me.
यार को रिचार्ज करना पड़ेगा.
You're dead!
Nice and spicy!
This one's well done.
ये है ना मेन.
Couldn't break the curse.
भाई कितनी जल्दी मार रहा है यार.
You're not going anywhere. This one's well done.
Quit following me.
वो मारना तो हार्ड कैसे हो रहा है.
Squall and Fury.
देखो बच्चे के पास ले आए हम. भाई नीचे आ जा, नीचे आ जा, नीचे आ जा, नीचे आ जा. यार ये भी.
Shouldn't let your guard down. But unfortunate fault.
अब जा रहा है ना.
Who's next? The wind rises.
इसके खत्म खेल. एनिमी और वापस से.
Unsightly insects.
Killjoy, we've only just
Too slow.
time to fulfill my duty. This one's well done. There isn't time for a break yet. You need to hurry up. Roast and fry. No snapping off. Feels growing. Get it together. Not breaking a sweat.
एक को तो घेर ही दिया लगभग.
It isn't time for a break yet.
But unfortunate fault. Quit following me. Riptide.
This one's well done. You can't run. Well, fry.
Eat this!
No slacking off. This one's well done. Roast and fry.
Too slow.
This should be fun. You can't run.
अपनी हेल्थ बढ़ा रहा है.
Not breaking a sweat.
Search for it. That's far enough.
Killjoy, we've only just begun.
पहले इससे इसको खत्म करता हूँ.
It isn't time. You need to hurry up.
No time to lose.
ये साला पीछे से इसको बहुत पावर दे देता है ना.
Well, get it together.
ये एक तो गया. ये ऑलमोस्ट गई है.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
इसकी बारी.
Not breaking a sweat.
Get them!
Squall and Fury.
This should be fun.
Bow your head.
Nice and spicy!
200 जा रहा है डैमेज. थोड़ा सा इधर आ जाओ. अच्छे.
Gooba, get them!
My duty
गया.
at an end.
Ah,
Well
finally.
then, do you all
third round
understand
में.
what I said earlier?
Yes, sir!
Excellent. And you all almost managed to get me limbered up. In other words, you've done well for new recruits.
Thank you, Lord Harbinger!
All right, hush now. Now then, I wish you all glorious victory for Snezhnaya, for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and for yourselves. Dismissed!
Brother! You were amazing!
Oh, Tusser, what in the world are you doing here?
क्या नौटंकी है भाई.
There I was thinking that the Traveler had taken you to play at Wang Shuin.
Yikes, that's some terrible acting.
You really did get stronger.
I told you, didn't I? I never pass on an opportunity to improve my strength. I'm not the man I was when we first met.
You didn't go out.
By that, I assume you mean that I didn't use the Foul Legacy transformation, yes? It puts a great strain on my body, so it's best saved for crucial moments. I still haven't fully recovered from the injuries I suffered when I used it at the Golden House. Anyway, I'm no Senora. I don't use lethal force against recruits. Come on now.
The Foul Legacy transformation? Does it make you stronger than Mr. Cyclops?
You could say that.
I want to learn to fight too. I want to be cool like you.
Now, Tusser, fighting isn't about looking cool. You can only continue to get stronger if you know the reason why you're fighting. I can teach you, but think carefully first. Why do you want to fight?
बात तो सही है. लड़ना क्यों है भाई?
I want to protect Sister Tonya.
That's a good answer, Tusser. When I return to Snezhnaya, I will start teaching you fighting techniques. Then you'll have to protect Tonya for me. How does that?
Leave it to me.
You know, Toozer's a good kid when he's not being so stubborn.
You've had a nice long time here in Liyue, haven't you, Tusser? Isn't it about time that you took the boat back home?
But, you've been so busy, and we didn't get any time to play together yet.
Tusser, you know I'm very busy at work. And hasn't it been fun traveling all over the place with a proper traveler?
He's just worried he won't be able to keep up the toy seller act forever.
Well, how about this? If you just do one little thing for me, I'll be a good boy and go back home.
Oh dear, who taught this little devil to bargain? All right, what'll it be?
Take me to visit the Institute of Toy Research.
Do you think he means that ruin that the Millilith was talking about? The one where all the ruin guards were coming from?
A reasonable wish.
Done deal. After all, you've come all this way for me, Tusser. As your brother, it's only right for me to grant you one last wish before you leave.
Exactly.
Are you sure this is a good idea? It doesn't seem like the best place for kids.
You should come along too, Traveler. This time, it's Tusser's turn to take you sightseeing.
Let me think. Ah, yes, the Institute of Toy Research is not far at all from Lingju Pass. Now, Traveler, you're not the sort of person who would disappoint a kid now, are you?
The brothers are ganging up on us again. Oh, fine. We'll go.
Okay, तो complete हो चुका है हमारा quest. चलो अभी आज के लिए इतना काफ़ी है गाइस. आज थोड़ा सा ऐसा लग रहा है कि ज़्यादा सा होगा, पता नहीं. चलो फिर भी रात को मिलते हैं गाइस. अभी के लिए इतना काफ़ी है मेरे हिसाब से. आई होप कि आप लोगों को स्टोरी में मज़ा आया होगा, स्टोरी आपने एंजॉय की होगी. बाकी रात को हम थोड़ा बहुत जो भी इसका प्रोग्रेस रहेगा वो करेंगे, सारी चीज़ें कलेक्ट करेंगे, फार्मिंग करेंगे. तो अभी के लिए बाय बाय, मिलते हैं रात को.
Relax. Honey, I'm perfect. What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the
rules and imagine a utopia. Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Oh, yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think. Honey, I'm a perfect 10.